I don't know if you remember this scene in Star Wars, one of my favorite scenes of all time. Out of all the Star Wars movies, out of all the iterations, there was one scene that captured a vibration. And it was the scene from a movie called Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Did anybody see this movie? Has anybody seen this movie? It was called Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. And it was these two Jedi right here. Now these two Jedi, one of them, the man on the right with the green lightsaber, his name is Qui-Gon Jinn. Master Qui-Gon Jinn. The one on the left is a young Obi-Wan Kenobi. So his Padawan, or his student. So basically master and apprentice, teacher and student, Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now these two Jedi in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, they were running around, doing the bidding from Coruscant from the other Jedis, and Master Yoda and Mace Windu and all the other Jedi were sending them out on these missions, right? But they ran into someone very unexpected. Later on in the movie, in the planet of Naboo, I believe they were on Naboo, they ran into somebody who they weren't expecting. And this was a gentleman, a gentleman named Darth Maul. And Darth Maul was working for Chancellor Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious. And it was really big for him to have a double lightsaber, a dual lightsaber, right? You could cut your own limbs off with a dual lightsaber, right? Oh my God, wait a minute. I've only trained with one lightsaber. He has two lightsabers in one. No, right? It was such a big deal that this guy had a lightsaber staff and he would just wield it, and nobody could stop him. He was just killing people left and right. He was just a Terminator, the Darth assassin. He was just assassinating people left and right, and they could not stop him because he had two lightsabers. They only trained with one. They didn't know. They never dueled with somebody like Darth Maul, right? Like, how do we stop this guy? He's got two lightsabers. What do we do? He can block over here and hit you over there. He can block overhead and hit you in the leg. It's like, what do I do? Right? What do I do with all that power? But they started to fight him at the same time, and they were fighting him down this hall in Coruscant. Not Coruscant, Naboo. Now they're jumping, they're Jedi jumping all around. They're using the Force. Use the Force, right? The Force is with them, and they're jumping all around. They're fighting him on all kinds of different terrains, all kinds of different planes, and he's just blocking them, guarding them, and just fighting them, and just... Right? They cannot stop him. They cannot get through his defense. They have an unstoppable offense, but he has an impenetrable defense. You ever played chess with somebody like that? You might be crushing it, but they feel like you're rushing it, right? You think you're crushing it, but you're actually rushing it. They had an unstoppable offense, but Darth Maul had an impenetrable defense. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Well, that's what was happening with Darth Maul. They were at a standstill. They couldn't get past his defenses. But there was one moment where both Jedi got separated. Qui-Gon Jinn was fighting Darth Maul, and he got the jump on him, wisdom and experience, they say. But Obi-Wan found himself a little bit behind, and his master was a little bit forward. And these shields came up. They weren't lowered in this room, this hallway. And he couldn't get past these red shields that were in his way. And, the rambunctious young upstart, the Padawan, he's just pacing back and forth. And then you also see Maul at the other end. Pacing back and forth like a demon, just ready to get his prey, right? The predator instinct is kicking in. But all of a sudden, Qui-Gon Jinn did something I'd never seen before. In the middle of the battle, in the middle of turmoil, in the middle of terrifying peril is right there. Death is right there. The assassin is right there. His life hangs in the balance. What did Qui-Gon do? What did he choose to do when the battle died down in that moment? In that moment, just 15 seconds. All he had was maybe 15 seconds. He chose to kneel down and he chose to meditate. Now, I was looking at this like, what? The first time I saw this, I did not understand it. I did not understand what was going on. I was like, why is he kneeling down? Doesn't he know, like, he could die right now? Like, he's seconds away from death. His opponent, his aggressor is right there. Their feet, they're just inches away, but he's kneeling, he's meditating? Why is he meditating? Why is he meditating? Do you know why? Why did he choose to meditate in the moment when his life was on the line? And I thought about this for a very long time. You know, have you ever had moments where they're moments of uncertainty? You don't know what lies around the bend. You don't know what the future holds for you. But when in doubt, like a wise man told me, just be silent. When in doubt, just be silent. Just be quiet. Just kneel down, just sit down, just meditate. And I realized years later when I found meditation, how you can keep yourself balanced within that vibration. So that whatever you have to do after that moment, you'll be able to do it better. You'll be able to judge better. You'll be able to think better. You'll be able to flow better. You'll be able to go better. You'll be able to know better. Because you took the pause. So round of applause for Qui-Gon Jinn. Thank you for teaching us. Thank you for reaching us.